It is finally happening. The Planetside team is now part of Rogue Planet Games. But what does this mean for the future of the franchise? Well guys, stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Faywon as usual, and I know it has been a while, but we got some news from the Planetside team and I can't keep you guys waiting. A while back last year, people were noticing that Daybreak Games have been requesting trademarks for Dark Path Studios and Rogue Planet Games. And well, Rogue Planet Games? That sounds suspiciously familiar to Planetside, of course, so people were logically thinking, are they going to sell off the IP or are they going to do something new with Planetside? And right now, luckily, Andy Sides, executive producer for the game for Planetside 2, has been writing a dev letter. This dev letter actually cleared up a lot of things for me, and it seems like we're going to go into a new direction with the Planetside team and we're starting a new chapter. The first thing that you should know is that Rogue Planet Games is solely focusing on Planetside. No H1Z1, no EverQuest, no DC Universe, no Lord of the Rings Online, it is only Planetside. While Rogue Planet Games is the studio that actually develops Planetside, Daybreak Games remains an integral part of Planetside because Daybreak Games will remain as a publisher, and they also will do, for example, the infrastructure and the live operations. Having said that though, Andy Sides continues by saying that Rogue Planet Games does own the vision of Planetside regarding the present and the future. In layman's terms, all this means is that the Planetside 2 team becomes a lot more independent from Daybreak Games. And I know you guys have been blaming the executives from Daybreak Games in the past a lot for ruining the game with their decisions or ruining Planetside Arena with their decisions. So my guess is that right now, Rogue Planet Games gets the opportunity to show what their vision is, what they really want, and act a lot more independent from what the corporation wants. This construction that Daybreak Games is using right now with Rogue Planet Games does remind me a little bit of how Respawn Entertainment is working under EA Games, for example. Respawn Entertainment can basically do whatever they want under EA, but EA will be the publisher. So they make sure there's a platform, they make sure there are servers, those are the things that EA does. But Respawn has all the creative freedom to develop how they like things to be. For example, one of their latest games, Apex Legends, had zero influence from EA. Well, probably they actually did provide some money to do marketing and they provided the servers, but it was their ID, was Respawn's ID, and it worked out. And the same also worked for Star Wars The Fallen Order. Does this change also mean that there will be less monetization options in the future? Well, I would not expect that really, because the game will still need to make a revenue and it will need to pay all the developers. It will need to pay the bills. So even with a publisher, even with more independence, there will need to be some monetization options. So will it be for the better, will it be for the worse? We can't really tell right now. Anyway, the dev letter continues by saying that there have been more updates the last few months, there's been more communication with the community, and there has been less downtime. And well, I know there has been less downtime, but I haven't really seen more game updates. And well, that improved communication with the community, I haven't really noticed that myself, to be honest. I know to many normal people like you and me, the dev live streams are really important. And what I've noticed and I've heard from many of you guys is that the latest dev live stream, the anniversary stream basically, was rather disappointing, not showing many new things, and the things that were new were only related to NSOs. And not everyone is a member, so not everyone can actually use these things. The last few months have been rather disappointing to me, but they do promise more things in the future. They actually mentioned that Rogue Planet Games will be acting more like an indie developer, and they want to share a lot more things from development. For example, the programming, system and content design, and all kind of things that happen on a daily basis within Rogue Planet Games. I will give Rogue Planet Games the benefit of the doubt on this one, but I do hope they will actually get proper replacement for Roxley, the old community manager, because I think Justin has been doing an okay job, but we need somebody dedicated to Planetside to actually keep contact with the community. And that can be somebody like Rel, but I do really think that a dedicated community manager will be the way to go. The last part of the developer letter is to me the most interesting but also the most dangerous part of the dev letter, because well, they again dropped the Planetside free bump. The last time that any sites actually mentioned Planetside 3, I think it was the last resort for Planetside Arena to actually be alive. And again, he kinda drops Planetside 3 as, hey guys, please keep supporting us, otherwise Planetside 3 will never be a thing. But let me quickly quote what he actually has to say. Rest assured, the future of Planetside is very much at the top of mind here, and the expectations for a true sequel are, as expected, astronomical. The establishment of Rogue Planet Games provides a runway and opportunity for us to deliver our vision for Planetside 3. But that discussion will happen in due time. Until then, we have a lot of great stuff in store for Planetside 2. So again, it does mean that Planetside 3 is not coming anytime soon, if it is ever coming. And I think that's also a big if. But yes, Planetside 3 confirmed. Anyway, what they do mention is that right now, Planetside 2 is the focus. And that is interesting to me, especially because, I don't know why, but they have been kind of hyping lately a new update soon on the Twitter pages by, for example, Rel and Kato. These two people are important developers for Planetside 2, and they've been showing some terrain that I have not seen before in Planetside 2. So, or they're going to change the terrain, or they're making something new. And it can be Osha maybe, or maybe something completely different, we don't really know. But I do know this, and that is that they have been having contact with important community members, like for example the Derringer from the Instant Action podcast, but also with, for example, Kamikaze, and both are important content creators for Planetside 2 already since the launch basically. For some reason, these people are really hyped, and I don't really know why. Something is happening, and I think it has to do with this new change, this new chapter. So what is in store for Planetside 2, I think is going to be somewhat interesting at least, guys. So I want to say the following: if you want to stay up to date with more news regarding this new update coming soon, do not forget to subscribe to this channel to not miss any news regarding Planetside. Moreover, I do expect that rather soon we will get our first official content by Rogue Planet Games, because they have been teasing a developer stream soon. They will probably show some progress on the sanctuaries, or they might also show something new regarding new player experience, because that has been one of their focus points. But one of the highlights from the previous stream has been something with outfits. As you might know, outfits are the clan system or the guild system from Planetside 2, and they're going to do something with that. And apparently it is amazing and it should be changing the game. I don't know what is happening, but they are clearly hyped as well about this. I have seen some news that they are kind of preparing Planetside to actually be sold off to any other company, but I don't think that's actually really going to happen. You need to know that right now Planetside 2 is built on the Foresight engine, and it shares the same engine and a lot of code with H1Z1, another game owned by Daybreak Games. While there is a clear plan for the majority of games like DC Universe, EverQuest and Planetside, there's not really a separate studio for H1Z1, which makes things a little more unclear to me. Since Foresight is proprietary code, they can't really sell H1Z1 without also selling Planetside, or the other way around of course. Another thing that makes the situation even more weird is that right now H1Z1 kinda resurrected under the name Z1 Battle Royale on PC. After a community tournament hosted by some well-known streamers, H1Z1 right now has, give or take, 8,000, 9,000 players concurrently, and that is a lot more than Planetside has to offer. Planetside, give or take, has 3,000 concurrent players, and I think this is something that Daybreak Games basically can't ignore. H1Z1 has been the most successful game for Daybreak Games, and there is still a lot of potential to earn more money with this game, so I don't think Daybreak is going to sell that anytime soon. And, well, again, they don't want to sell Foresight as well, so my guess is that Planetside 2 also becomes a lot more expensive basically, and only if you really want to buy the IP, so the rights to the franchise, then this might be a good move, because they can just simply buy Rogue Planet for the IP. But I don't think they can actually buy the proprietary software without also buying H1Z1. That is at least a little side note for me, but I don't think that Daybreak Games is going to get rid of Planetside anytime soon. That is the most important takeaway. So then the question is, will Daybreak Games also be the godfather basically for Planetside 3? And then they need to be investing some serious cash. I am not entirely sure if Daybreak Games has this amount of cash. So what I think is that this next chapter will be making or breaking it for Planetside 3. Especially because Cart has been basically saying that if the franchise is not growing, they're not going to hire more people. And right now, the team of Rogue Planet Games is not the biggest. And they need a lot of developers to create a proper Planetside 3. The future of their current game though does seem a lot brighter right now, especially when compared after the layoffs a while ago. This dev letter promises more content, more interaction and more of all the good stuff. So that's good news for once, and Planetside could definitely use that right now. We will have to wait and see though. These promises are coming from the same person that also made a lot of beautiful promises about Planetside Arena, and well, those never became reality. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Are you positive for the future of Planetside? Do you think Rogue Planet Games is going to make good changes? Or is it still the same? Are you somewhat afraid for the future? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. And of course, if you like this kind of content, do press that little thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is me, that is Fable1, and I will see you soon with some more content.